Okay. So I'm back at it. Got ready for the day and all of that. After this, I'll have to take another hour break or so. But yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to be working on Hawkeye in this video. Pencils are already done. I'm just going to be doing the inks. Yeah, so let me switch over my camera and get it going. Oh, forgot to plug the second camera in. That's gonna be great. Here we go. All right. Now that that's ready. All right, so this is Black Widow. I just finished this in the last video just a minute ago. Sorry, I got all my stuff on my desk now. Let's see if I can kind of tilt this. Only covers this area. Anyway, so this took me about an hour and a half to ink. I'm hoping Hawkeye won't take me as long. I'm guessing it probably will take me at least an hour. I'm going to try and keep it in that time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready and get started. If you want to see me inking this, it's the last video I posted, so check it out. I was pretty excited about how it turned out. And then this is the Hulk. This will be my next video. So just to kind of give you a preview of what you're looking at. Anyway, this is Hawkeye. This is the one I'm working on right now. I made the pencils extra dark, so it shouldn't be a problem for you to kind of see at least a rough outline of what's kind of going on, so that when I'm working on it, you can see the changes and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Put in my headphones. All right, so Hawkeye. Again, a lot like Black Widow, I don't really know too much about the actual character, backstory or anything. So if you are watching, you have any interesting facts you want to share with anybody or anything like that, feel free to post in the comments. But yeah, all right, let's get started because there's a lot of work here to do, and there's some rough sketching that's not the cleanest that I'm just kind of gonna wing. Look at a reference photo while I work on it. So. Yeah, I'm going to try and go a little bit faster in this video. So, I'm going to kind of out of commission for the next few days, getting my wisdom teeth removed tomorrow. So I think during that time, I'm going to try and figure out how to convert these videos later and turn them into a time lapse so that you don't have to listen to me talking if you don't want to. I'm not saying you don't want to, but if you don't have the time, you know, and still want to see me make the art. Just to clarify, I do actually draw things other than zombies. But for my current projects, I'm trying to kind of build up to making a large-scale zombie book. These Marvel zombies probably won't be in it just because of copyright issues. I'm not sure how that works. I still have to look into it. But that's the plan anyway. It's kind of my go-to thing. I've been drawing zombies for about 4 years. So I have it in my pocket, if you know what I mean. Something I can just kind of do. So I'm trying to get some cool ones out there so that people interested have more to look at. Because previously I just have my zombie comic, and a comic book is one thing, but I'd also like to have prints to sell at conventions and stuff, and these will be real good for that. So. Also, my publisher's doing a regular event in the City of Industry in California, which if you're not from the area, that's right there in Anaheim, Santa Ana area. Sorry. But yeah, it's an event called Frankensons. It's twice a week. It's a collectibles show. They have different people come in and do signings, and twice a week year round. And we're going to start doing that and selling prints and stuff like that if it works out. Once again, don't quote me on that. That's just, from my understanding, something we're trying to get going. So anyway, they do themes every month, and their theme for March is classic superheroes. So because I'm a zombie artist, I am doing all the classic superhero costumes and zombies, and it's just an idea I had. It's something kind of to do, to give myself a theme for my work this month, but it's nothing special. But that event, if we do start doing that pretty soon, it's a real exciting thing for us. So it'll be highly anticipated. I'm sure I'll be talking about it more as it comes closer to being a reality. And, so with this zombie in particular, I tried to kind of, if you watch the Walking Dead TV show, they do a lot of this, like the lips are kind of dried up and stretching over the edge of the mouth, kind of decayed feeling and look to it. So with this zombie specifically, I was kind of trying to recreate that, to do something a little bit different. So we'll see how it turns out. But just to kind of give reference to that. So those of you who might be seeing this on YouTube and have no prior knowledge of my work or anything, I just finished a series of classic X-Men from the 90s TV show. I mean, I wouldn't call it finished, but the core characters are all done, and you can find photos and everything of that on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is Life of a Whitfield. Pretty simple, but Whitfield is spelled W-H-I-T-F-I-E-L-D. Just for your reference, that'll probably help you find me. But I do post every day, generally, or at least I try to, and try to make most of my posts art-related. I've had kind of a lot of free time to work on art recently, so there's a lot of good posts there that I would highly recommend checking out, especially if you want to know more about my comic book work. And I have a couple time lapses and stuff like that in there. So and I will be posting more about my comics soon. I just thought this would be a fun project to start off with. So I just live streamed for the first time 2 days ago. And it went pretty well, so I kind of want to get better at it. It gives fans another outlet, because I don't want to do Twitter or anything. I'm too lazy for that. Twitter and Tumblr. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. So Instagram and YouTube are kind of going to be my things for now, social media wise. I do post occasionally on Facebook through my Facebook page, but it's really underused and outdated as far as if you want to get a hold of me or anything like that. I rarely use Facebook for anything, and there are no exceptional like posts exclusively on Facebook. Nothing like that. So if you are one of my Facebook followers, I highly recommend that you get an Instagram if you like my work enough to be watching this video. With gore, I usually tend to just kind of wing it as I go. I give myself a rough outline and everything when I'm doing the pencil sketch, but nothing too concrete, because it really doesn't matter when, in my opinion, or from my experience anyway, the last month or so with this, it comes out better if I just kind of free flow it and the brush strokes look nice and crisp. So that's kind of what I try to achieve when we're working on that kind of stuff. So you'll notice I rotate and turn the paper on a regular basis. I apologize if that bothers you. I just was part of my process, so I can't really do too much about that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, I thought I heard something in the hallway. I'll just jump right back in. So this is my first time ever drawing Hawkeye, just for reference. I just looked up a photo of him on the internet in his classic costume. I think I just entered classic Marvel Hawkeye or something like that. I just like to use the classic reference photos. I prefer those to any of the new costumes or anything. Just more fun for me to draw. I'm more creative. Not always. Some superheroes, I'm sure, have better costumes, but I didn't want to do the costumes from the movies or anything like that because I just don't find those very interesting. So even though they are the characters from the movies, they won't be the costumes from the movies. Just in case you were wondering. All right, let's figure out this bowstring. Sorry, needed to get that out of the way. A little more concentration required. All right. So I'm kind of trying to get this live stream thing going. I would like to eventually have guest artists and things like that, but for now, I'm just going to keep it to me working unless another artist I know would like to join and lets me know. I know I'm running through Google Hangouts as well as other places, but still. I don't want to open it up and you coming to watch a video about me and it ends up being something else. At least not for right now. Maybe I'll do like guest videos and things like that in the future, but for now I'm not going to open it up too much just because it doesn't need to be. First couple videos of mine, you know. All right. So I'm just kind of trying to get the base curvature of. I didn't really lay it out very well in the sketch for whatever this belt thing that runs down his chest is. It's just a weird thing, so I didn't really want to detail it out too much. But it does have to follow contours of his body, so that's kind of what I'm trying to get right now. I got some more gore down here. His stomach is like half ripped open. And again, just kind of winging it with what's there versus whatever I come up with. They'll both look probably drastically different, but I don't worry about it. I'm not quite sure how that works, so I'm not going to add it yet. I need to look up for a reference for working on the belt, you know. I didn't really sketch that out at all, so I don't want it to be something specific and it's wrong, so I'll have to look it up real quick in just a minute. But for now, I just want to kind of get as far as I can before I have to wait for anything to dry. Also, just because I'm spending this much time on this particular piece does not mean that that's the normal amount of time that it takes me. It really depends on what I'm working on. For instance, yesterday I did a video, my first official live stream, and in the video I was inking Spider-Man and Thor, and I sketched Captain America. Well, the sketch for Captain America took an hour, so you can imagine that it's not going to take an incredible amount of time, less than that, to ink if it takes less time at all. It'll probably take around the same amount of time it took to originally draw it, because inks are a little more precise, so they don't really go as fast. Um, but that's just kind of what I deal with on that. So I can only work as fast as I can work. So you get what you get. Try to make it move faster, but those Spider-Man and Thor were just busts. So they kind of go at double the speed because there's a lot less detail. Just kind of a lot less going on in the picture. So which has its ups and its downs. But when I originally drew these, I kind of try and conceptualize them as one giant piece. So if you see me redrawing things because I don't like it, it's probably because it is too similar to something else with one of the other ones. But yeah, for these the zombie Avengers and the zombie X-Men, I do plan on trying to mix them together into one giant piece. Not the two of them, but two separate ones. So the series is basically supposed to be a precursor to that. But then I'll, have to print it out via Photoshop, so it won't be the same size or anything. So that's why I'm doing all the sketches and everything at this original size. So just something a little bit better. I was asked the other night how I color my work. I do use Photoshop for some things, just touch-ups and stuff, but I primarily use watercolor right now. I can't afford to use markers, really, just because Copics are so expensive, and my collection of Prismacolors are kind of specific use markers, because I do some occasional caricature work, and they're more oriented towards that. So if I'm not drawing zombies, I have a very limited color palette to work off of. So unless everything's going to be gray. So if you're wondering why I don't color with marker, that's really why. I just don't have the supplies for it at this time. And I'm trying to do something new. I've been doing only marker for a couple of years, so switching over to doing only watercolor for this year to make some higher quality prints is kind of important to me, just as a personal project and endeavor. All right, I'm gonna stay quiet for a minute. Sorry, my head's in the shot. So you can see, or as you can see, the sketch for the hand is a lot darker than anything else. The reason for that is I had to redraw it a bunch of times, to be honest. Hands are not my specialty, mainly because I have been drawing zombies. I really believe that attributes to my inability to draw hands correctly all the time, or in more than like 10 poses, you know, because they always have clenched fingers, everything else, you know. It's hard to get a variancy with zombies as far as hands go. So, but I'm doing my best. So this one's new. I'm grabbing that. I haven't done one of those in a while. Looks like I'm getting a bunch of Instagram notifications. I do have 2 notifications over here. Let me check those real quick, make sure they're nothing important. Okay. I don't know what the no means. We still haven't mastered foreshortening yet, so this hand, although it's like the 3rd time I drew it, I kind of just give up on redoing it. So, however it ended up, the foreshortening is not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily great either. It could be better. So, just things that I need to practice. I've never drawn Marvel characters or anything like that before this year, since I was a little kid. So it's definitely a learning experience. But I'm definitely getting a lot out of it as an artist. So that's what I see as important. And again, I'm just trying to avoid touching any of what I've already inked. It's a little hard as I get in this area. I might have to come back for that finger and whatnot. This is actually going a lot faster. I feel like it's a lot faster than Black Widow went. But Black Widow took a long time because it's a lot of filler for the black. And that just takes time, you know. I don't know what I just knocked off my desk. Wasn't paying attention. So yeah, it's coming pretty good so far. I'd say I'm about 2/3 done actually, which is a surprise. I'm gonna look up this belt real quick, so I'm moving into that area. So just give me a second. Reference photo. I think I still have it up on my Safari app, so it shouldn't take very long. So not looking like anything special, just a regular belt. All right, so from what I can tell, there's like a little block kind of thing on the belt. Kind of the same way, I don't know if you can see it in the sketch, but there are little squares here and all of that. It's pretty much the same thing for his belt from what I could see, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. Sorry, I'm not talking as much. Just not really sure what to say. So just keep working, trying to kind of get through this one a lot faster. I gotta go to the pharmacy, get some medications for my surgery tomorrow. So I'll be walking down there after I finish this up. So his belt is kind of gonna have stopped whatever was eaten away from him here at this little junction. No, I still gotta draw blood all over. So obviously can't leave that out. Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock. I'm not entirely sure what these squares are for on his costume, but well, rectangles, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. But if anybody knows, tell me. You know, because it was an interesting feature. Gotta have something more than just aesthetic value, right? Not really, because it's a superhero drawing. But Oh, I forgot about this hand. See, that's what I'm talking about. I left it so it'd be easier to get to later, and then totally forgot about its existence. I got a bunch of pencil on my hand. Just so you can look at it how it is so far. I still have all the scale work here by the neck, the finger here, a little detail work on the suit. But other than that, and some shadows, it's about done. So probably no more than like 15 more minutes, if I had to guess. I should probably do these, actually, before I judge how much time is left. Or before I draw that hand, because it's going to be right in the way. So, thinking ahead for the first time in this broadcast, I will ink this stuff first. So the brush pen is pretty easy to use. It dries relatively quickly. Let's tune in notifications. What are you saying? Cool, cool. Yeah, I definitely work upside down a lot. And somebody here just said no. Okay. I don't know what the no's mean. When someone just writes no, that's probably just a thing. Because that's like the 4th time it's happened. So maybe they're just rejecting my public invitation or whatever. But I appreciate the comments for anybody watching. And I do draw upside down quite frequently. A lot in the black. I'm trying to kind of stay away from it for this one if possible, but it's not always possible. It more has to do with time spent inking, because otherwise I gotta wait. So yeah, it's definitely changing his appearance, huh? I don't know how dry everything is for me to put my hand right in the center. It's kind of worrisome. So let me do what I can. I'll figure it out. Cat hair always getting in the brush. It's really horrible. All right, I think that's all I'll be able to reach from that angle. Let me finish up this hand. Sorry, I can. There we go. So yeah, still just working on finishing this up. Why did that come out so rough? What? There we go. Typically, if I'm having problems getting the consistency or the line weight that I want, slowing it down helps. So if you do see me slow down like I am right now, my brush is having problems actually right now. So that's kind of a factor, but also slowing down just because I got to do detail lines here. I'm just trying to make it work. The thumb in there. There we go. So the hand's done. I think there's some line continuation. It's repairs here. Here's about where the bicep ends. So. There we go. So that little box corner is done. I'm gonna have to turn it upside down here to work on these now that they have a higher chance of being dry. So. Just kind of being quiet, sorry. It takes a lot of concentration. But I probably actually would do better if I was talking. I have a tendency to do a little bit better work distracted. So another good reason for me to start these videos, I guess. But I also slow down while I'm talking, so. I think all I have left is these squares. Now, where do I need shadows? It's a hard thing to judge generally. It's hard to judge because this is just his arm. Hawkeye doesn't seem to have like any skin covering half of his body in his costume, so I don't want to make his skin have too many heavy shadows. So, how's that looking? It's looking good. Still needs a little bit more on this side over here. So. Trying to remember all the places I just inked over here. Let me round this off a little bit so it's not such a huge chunk. And then, down here definitely needs it. So I have not mastered the fills yet here. Still learning every day. So if you see a mistake, please point it out. Well, I mean, not after the fact. If you're watching, I have one viewer, so I'm talking to you, man, or girl, or whatever. Dude, these fucking cat hairs are horrible. There's one stuck in the ink. I'm not even gonna mess with it until it's dry. I don't want to mess up my whole piece because I'm mad about a cat hair. I want to add some shadows. No, I think I'm going to call it good. I think it looks good. Good enough. Anyway, so my signature. I always put my signature on the right side, and it's always a mistake. But I think I'm going to call it good for now with this sketch. I think it came out pretty good ink-wise. Let me lay it down flat and get rid of this drawing board. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Anyway, this is Hawkeye. I came out pretty good. I'll be doing Hulk later, so yeah, let me switch my camera over real quick. All right, yeah, so I just gotta go to the store and stuff. Go run some errands. I'll be back later on tonight. I'm not sure what time, but I'll be working on the whole. That'll probably be my last stream for today. I'll probably save Captain America for tomorrow, or it'll be real late. A lot of people won't see it till tomorrow, so not that it'll matter. The live stream is one thing, but it'll always be up if you want to watch it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.